Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of College Ball with J Dog. It's a place to be for the fall. Hell, it's a place to be right now. Let's get this show kicked off. First thing up, the countdown 47 days until it's football time in Tennessee. Or football time wherever you're at. We got a few topics to go over today. Let's get this thing started. First up, a possible Nick Saban return to coaching. How would y'all feel about that? Rumors are swirling about a potential return to coaching for Nick Saban, fueled by comments by former quarterback Greg McElroy along Mac and Cube, stated that someone in the know believes Saban may not be done coaching. This sparked speculation about a possible return to the sidelines with LSU, given Saban's history and the current state of college football. Okay. Let's break that down. Saban left because of the way things are. Are they starting to get better with the revenue share and all that stuff? Yes, it is. Is it where Saban would feel like he'd want to come back? Me personally, I don't think so. But that's just one man's opinion. McElroy knows more than I do. I'm sure Saban has the itch. When you're the greatest of all time, you obviously are going to still have that itch. LSU is a possible destination that could be open if Brian Kelly does what Brian Kelly does and underachieves this year. It's very possible. But with Saban entertain it, I don't know. I think it's going to be another 2-3 years for the game is really settled back in to where it's evened out. It's not as much of a grind. Your coaches know where the players are going to be after the season's over. The one transfer portal window, all of that good stuff. So I'm thinking it's far-fetched, but with somebody like him, you never know. Look at MJ. He retired and come back 2 or 3 times. Brett Favre's done it. There's a few other guys that done it. Sometimes you just got to scratch that itch. Hopefully it's not in your job, but even if it is, sometimes you got to scratch it. You know what I mean? If not LSU, maybe Florida State, Texas Tech, as crazy as Texas Tech sounds. Texas Tech has been making it rain on them, if you know what I mean. They threw $5 million at a lineman to get him to commit. They got some of that oil money. Like I said, until the NIL deals or actual deals with companies and all the money the players get are from schools, besides maybe signing with the cookie company or car dealership or something like that. I just don't see Saban coming back. But I seen that report today. I figured we'd go over it. Y'all let me know what you think. Obviously, football is better and damn harder to win in with Saban, but I wouldn't mind seeing it, honestly, but I just don't think we're going to. Next up, I'm about to be like Paul Harvey here with the rest of the story. Connor Stalions. Lord, he's the gift that keeps on giving. This is in response to Sonny Duck saying that they was told that Stallions got their signals. So they changed their signals for the playoffs in 22 or 23, whichever year they played. And TCU beat Michigan. And TCU was not as good of a team as Michigan that year. TCU was a good team, but they kind of skated by on luck and playing in a down Big 12. Yes, Texas was still there. Yes, Oklahoma was still there, but they was down that year. Ewers wasn't healthy whenever they played TCU. It was kind of a luck of the draw thing, and TCU even lost in the Big 12 title game to Kansas State, but they still put them in over 2 losses at Alabama and 2 losses Tennessee, which is atrocious, but that is why we have the 12-team playoff now. Not to mention undefeated Florida State getting left out, but then they got trounced by Georgia and got shown that they shouldn't have belonged anyway. And then they went 2-10 last year. I'm pretty sure 2-10, 3-9. I mean, damn, you talk about downfall going freaking 13-1 to freaking 2-10. Lord have mercy. Let's pull up what Stalions was saying on here. Let me find it here. Here's the first thing he said. This is in the contentious attempt to correlate signals to any wins and losses at Michigan is funny. There are 7 games in my time in Michigan where I know almost every signal the whole game. 2021, 2022, Michigan State, 2022, Penn State, 2022, Ohio State, 2022, TCU, 2021, Georgia, and 2021, Wisconsin. See how he threw TCU in there, even though we all know that's bullshit? Because TCU changed their signals before the game, but yeah, he still says he knew their signals just to make it look like in games that he knew the signals they still lost in. And they did lose to Georgia, but Georgia was daggone top dogs. You could probably have their signals, and they're still was going to whoop you that year. I mean, that team was one of, if not the best defense in college football in the last 25, 30 years. And with the way the game is favored towards offense now, I mean, we went down there, we was averaging, 46 points that year, something crazy like that. We went down there and scored 14. So that's basically just him running his mouth. I think he's trying to keep Michigan from getting drilled by the NCAA, honestly, to make it look like his sign stealing didn't have that big of an effect. Of course it had a big effect. He says, we won 4 other games because we dominated the line of scrimmage and tackled well. Well, damn, it's a lot easier to tackle well and win the line of scrimmage when you know exactly what protection they're running, what scheme they're running when they're running the ball, and what routes and stuff they're running on their plays. Of course you did. I mean, this guy can't be serious. There's somebody that spent all this money, all this time, learning people's signs, buying tickets, sending people to games, doing this, doing that. And then he's going to sit there and act like them having their signs wasn't that big of a deal? I mean, come on, man. All right, here he says he continued blocking, ball security, tackling, running fits, coverage tools. That's football. This is not rocket science. And how come before you got there as an analyst who literally done nothing? You as an analyst, you was there to learn. Before you got there, Harbaugh won about 65% of his games, and then you get there and it goes up to like 90%. And you don't lose to Ohio State at all whenever they had your number for the last 15 years. Y'all beat them maybe once, maybe twice in the last 15 years. But you're going to sit there and tell me that y'all didn't win because of the signs you stole. You won because you was in the right spot at the right time. You tackled well. You played good defense. How the hell do you do that? Oh, because you know where the other team's going. I mean, this dude's an absolute joke. Similar to Ohio State changing their signals, Stalions tweeted they changed their route concepts to some run concepts, not their formations of pass protection signals, which is all I cared about. Are y'all buying it? Same as he didn't sell South Carolina, Tennessee signals. I'm going to give somebody a free plug here. Sports Talk Jay on YouTube. He's awesome. I watch him all the time. He talks about this. He's got a South Carolina fan on there running his mouth to him, saying, oh, we're just butthurt, blah, 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 we lost, blah, blah, blah. The wristbands gave you away. You don't wear wristbands at home, and then not wear wristbands on the road at Neyland the next year where you can't hear yourself freaking talk. You can yell at each other standing side by side on the field and you can't hear each other. When would you need wristbands? At home or on the road? You'd need them on the road. But they didn't wear them at Neyland next year and got their ass whooped. 41-20. But we go down there 10-1, 9-1. All we got to do is beat them and Vandy, and we're in the playoffs. And they reel off 9 touchdowns straight. Was their defense that great that year? Lord, no, it wasn't. Was it bad enough to give up 9 touchdowns straight to South Carolina, who scored 10 points and 6 points in the 2 weeks before? Hell no. So, that's my take on Connor. It gets me a little fired up. Kind of like my boy Sports Talk Jay. I know he don't know me yet. Maybe one day I could be on his show or something because I really like his content. But he got fired up on it. It got me fired up. I wanted to cover it too. So shout out Sports Talk Jay. All right, now I got some typical Tennessee recruiting news. 5-star Faison Brandon has fallen from the number 2 quarterback in the number 2 player in the country on Rivals to the number 3 player in the country. No, 3 quarterback in the country. Number 32, 34 player in the country. And number 4 in the state of North Carolina. So he goes from number 2 player overall in the whole entire country to 4th in his own state, 3rd in his own position group, and 34th nationally. That's how you know somebody's committed to Tennessee. He is still number 1 on 24/7 Sports, so I will give them that. But, I mean, it's almost comical at this point. I mean, there it is. Stripped of his 5-star status by Rival. George McIntyre last year, 5-star quarterback. Commits to Tennessee, drops all the way like 150, 160, maybe even 170. Was a 5-star. Top 30 player. Commits to Tennessee, drops. David Sanders, number 2 player in the country, number 1 offensive tackle, drops to number 7. Is that far of a drop? No. But before that, they thought he was the 2nd best player in the entire country, maybe the best. And he falls all the way to number 7 to number 8 because he commits to Tennessee. There's a long line of it through the years. I can't name all of them off the top of my head. But it's not just me thinking everybody hates Tennessee. I know as a fan base we do that. But ESPN definitely hates us. Chris Phillips hates us by putting Joey Aguilar as the worst quarterback in the conference. In Heupel's system, you're not going to be the worst quarterback in the conference. Even if you was the worst quarterback in the conference, you wouldn't look like it in Heupel's system. So don't get me started on that crap today. Trying to keep the bad words at a minimum. I'm going to throw some in there because I am an adult. Y'all are adults, most of you. If not, you're a teenager. Your mom and dad might not think you do it, but I know you do. I was a teenager once. Really, from probably about the age 9, 10, you're with your buddies on the bus or at school. Every other word you say is a cuss word. Then you get home, you got to be mommy and daddy's precious little angel until you let one slip. Get that hind end fired up. Well, you don't get it fired up no more. You just get told, oh my goodness, I can't believe you would say that, son. Anyway, there's a couple more things about recruiting I want to go over. There's 2 offensive linemen coming up. We got Kamari Blair. He'll be committing soon. I should have kept that date, but I didn't, so I will throw that in tomorrow's video. It is between us, Missouri, I think, and let me pull it up on my phone real quick. Sorry. I want to say us, Missouri, and South Carolina, but don't quote me on that just yet. Here we go. Us, Ole Miss, and South Carolina. He's an in-state kid, top 300 kid out of high school, 4-star recruit. Does the heater continue or does he spurn the balls? Me personally, I think the heater continues. Obviously, I'll cover it here. So y'all keep tuning in to see. Make sure you hit that like button, the share button, the subscribe button. Do it for everybody in your family. Do it for your step family, your half family, your granny, your papa, your long lost cousin. It don't matter. Just do it for them. I've moved up a few subscribers, so y'all are doing it for me. I'm trying to push myself too out to everybody, even though I posted my videos on a page on Facebook the other day. Nobody liked it. The one guy commented on it and told me to F off. That's fine. Subscribe to the video and tell me to F off in the comments. Don't bother me. I'm unbothered. Another offensive lineman is 5-star Darius Gray. He has not set a date yet, but he released his top 5 today. It's Tennessee, South Carolina, Clemson, LSU, Ohio State. We're in them battles with the big dogs, y'all. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. Just got to win your fair share, finish in that top 10. Hopefully this year we can finish in the top 8 or 7. Heupel's finished around 10 to 12 every year, and it's been enough to have us right on the fringe of the playoffs and in the playoffs. So I think he can win without doing that, but if he does do that, choo-choo, the train will start rolling, baby, even better than it is now. If he starts bringing in top 8, top 7 recruiting classes, it's over. The ball is going to be top 2 or 3 in the SEC every year. Heupel is a damn good X and O coach. He's a damn good developer. If he starts getting the top-notch talent that Bama and Georgia and LSU does every year, and he's just a frog hair behind them, it's on. Y'all stay tuned for all that news. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Tomorrow, I'll cover whatever news there is. We're going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to do a top 5, maybe top 10 best wins for the Vols in the last 30 to 40 years. So basically during my life, I'm 34. Think that'd be fun to do. Maybe y'all could get in the comment section, tell me y'all's. Then we'll do a video in a day or two. Top 5 to 10 heartbreaking losses. Damn, it'd be hard to narrow that down to that many, won't it? We've had a lot over the years. This year, Arkansas was a heartbreaker. Last year, do we have a close heartbreaker? We had Bama on the ropes with Milton, and he fumbled the ball, and they ran it back, take a 2-score lead. Pruitt was here. We was driving down to cut it to 7 with Garantano. Garantano decides not to hand the ball off, fumbles. One year against Georgia when Butch Jones was here, they had Todd Gurley. Overtime, Pig Howard takes a freaking end around, dives for the end zone, fumbles the ball before he crosses the line. We lose instead of going into another overtime. I'm gonna quit going over them because I don't want to give y'all an idea of which ones I'm gonna pick. When I post them, y'all give me y'all's. We can talk about it. I'll talk about it on another video. I can build up some subscribers, we'll start live streaming. Hell, if I could get some of y'all in on here with me, we can talk a little crap, talk a little ball, just hang out. If y'all think that'd be fun, we can do that. But y'all look out for that video tomorrow. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and the like button, share. I appreciate y'all taking time out of your busy days to watch me. As the shirt says, always in control. Go Vols, baby. Catch y'all in the next one.